Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final third. And today we're going to be looking at match week 33 in the Premier League. Some massive results. The season is reaching the end point and is getting very, very juicy. A lot of big results. There's been some big results in the sense that in the title race, in the top four race, and the relegation battle. So we're going to be talking about that all. We'll be adding our segment in with the match attacks at the end of the video. And we also have a special guest who is making his reappearance on the channel, Mr. OK Ali, known for doing his content for different skits and all that. Ali, how are you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you guys doing, man? It's a pleasure to be back.
Doing good.
We're
Doing
all
good,
bro.
man.
We're all good.
As long as you're doing good, I'm doing good.
That's
Of course,
it,
bro.
man.
You know how
That's
it
it.
is. Ali squared.
That's it, bro. That's it.
It is,
Bro,
yeah.
what are we
Right.
thinking about the Premier League season so far? We'll just get a little opinion from you.
Well, listen, the season's coming to a close now, but it's been a very, very good
Yeah.
season. I think it's been entertaining all the way from the title race to the relegation race. Even mid-table, I think this season has arguably been one of the most competitive that it's ever been. I think the gap between 6th to 14th is only 6 points, which is absolutely crazy. So just shows how competitive the league is right now, man.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
It's mad. So much going on, and it's like we said at some points in the season, we just don't know who's gonna beat who. So that's what is so exciting about this season. But before we jump into the video, Ali, can you reveal the player from the last video?
Yes, it was Florent Malouda. I think I probably butchered that. But yeah, if you got that, let us know in the comments. And yeah, we got the new segment at the end of the video anyway. So yeah.
Bang. So let's get into the first game. The first game is a 0-0 in Brentford Fulham. What we said, we're gonna skip over the games that we think are a bit. They don't have much of a result to them, obviously, in terms of the European positions, title race, and relegation zone. It's a 0-0 game. Anything you guys want to mention about the game?
Brentford, to be fair, they were good in this game. Had a lot of chances. Probably got the better result. Maybe probably got the better result, to be fair. But yeah, that's about it, really. A lot of chances. But Leno made that insane save,
Yeah, he
to be
did.
fair.
He did.
That was an insane save from Leno, but kept his team in the game. But yeah.
Yeah. Is there anyone you want to talk about maybe from Brentford? Because obviously we haven't had you on for a while now this season. What do you think of someone like an Igor Thiago? Would you take him at Man United?
I think he's had genuinely one of the best seasons as a striker in the Premier League, probably this entire season. I think the goals that he's been bagging, Brentford always produce these kind of players though. And Buemo, Wissa, they just produce these high scoring players. And I think it's something that they're very good at, regardless of who the manager is. And I feel like it just adds something to the league to have a team like Brentford have such a clinical striker always, all the time. And yeah, I mean, I probably would take him at United right now. I like Sesko, but he really reminds me of Haaland. So I don't know, man. Can't say too much right now.
Ooh, that's pretty controversial, to be fair. But I kind of respect it because you're right. He's not really getting involved in the game too much, and Igor Thiago has been a massive player for Brentford.
Yeah, to be fair.
But yeah, let's go on to the next game. It is Leeds versus Wolves, and Leeds make a staple win, winning 3-0, cementing arguably their place in the Premier League, and also after the result that happened today, Wolves have actually been relegated since West Ham drew with Crystal Palace, and we knew this was coming. They've been awful throughout, at least the beginning of the season. They were absolutely dreadful. They made a bit of an improvement in the second half of the season, just wasn't enough. Too little, too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we think of Wolves this season? And obviously, now that they have been relegated, they have some good players. They'll probably start to get raided, and especially that midfield too.
To be honest, I'll just quickly say I think the biggest problem, the biggest worry I'd say for a Wolves fan is whether they come straight back up or not, and I just don't think they will. Because I think, like you say, they'll get raided for their good players like Mane and Andre and João Gomez and stuff, and I think they'll struggle to get back up for a while, to be honest. Not just that, but the way the club is run, it's not going to help them whatsoever. And if they don't get their act together, then yeah, they might not see the Premier League for a long time.
Agreed. Obviously, Ali, we're going to discuss a new team coming into the Premier League, and that is Coventry. Now, you remember couples, or was it 2 seasons ago? 2 seasons ago, when we played them in the FA Cup semi-final, and we drew 3-3, and we went to penalties, and that was a scary game. Now I don't know how much of the same players they have since then, but if they're anywhere, if they play as well as they did that game in the Premier League next season, should be a very exciting season for them.
Yeah, 100%. I think the way they've been playing in the Championship, they've absolutely obliterated it. And I think a lot of the props does go to Frank Lampard as manager, who's been building his resume like for quite a while now. Like obviously when he was at Chelsea, I think he was kind of thrown under the bus in a sense of not getting the correct backing, a lot of injuries during his time as well. But one thing he's really good at doing is getting the best out of young players. I think we saw it with him and Mount. That connection they had was absolutely incredible. And even this Coventry team, like the way that he's taken the championship by storm practically and just single handedly taken them back to the Prem, I think it's incredible, man. It should be exciting seeing them. It's a face that we haven't seen in the Premier League for a long time. I can't remember the last time they were actually in the Prem. So
No, it's been a
It's
long
been
time, to be fair.
it's been like 25 odd years, I think,
Something like
something
that,
along those
yeah.
lines. So it's been mad. So fair
Great
play to
story for
them for
them.
coming back into the Prem. And obviously,
100%.
it's a straight swap for Wolves and Coventry at the moment. So we'll see who else gets promoted and who else gets relegated. Let's get on to the next game, and we're going to mention the relegation battle going on later in the video. But Newcastle lost 2-1 to Bournemouth at home.
Yeah.
Would you say that's an unexpected result, or would you say that's a
I'm pretty sure I predicted that result on the dot,
okay?
and I'm not surprised just because I don't think Newcastle have been good for a while now. I think we keep saying it. I think Eddie Howe has taken them as far as he can. I just don't think he's can do any more. He's done well. He's won them a trophy for the first time in like 65 years, which is massive for them. But again, I just don't think he can clearly, handle a team with that much quality, unfortunately. But, you could argue maybe it's some of the signings. But look, I think he has I think Newcastle have a really good squad, and I just don't think he knows what he's doing, unfortunately, Eddie Howe. But yeah, I think he's done as much as he can.
There are rumors now as well that they might have to do a mass exodus and sell a lot of their big players, the likes of Sandro Tonali, Anthony Gordon, even the likes of Lewis Hall, who's a young
Damn.
player, but because they want to do a complete rebuild and they want to restart again, especially if they get a new manager, they want to back the manager and get him his players, which is obviously fair enough. That is what it's looking like at Newcastle now. But Bournemouth, obviously, a lot of news about their manager.
Yeah.
Iraola's leaving.
And they just got in.
And they just brought in Marco Rose, I believe, the former Dortmund and RB Leipzig manager. I saw somebody talking about how he can transform the club even further than it already has been, which is kind of an insane prospect when you think about it. What do you think, Ali?
yeah, I think Newcastle, like Ali said, for a while, they just haven't been at their best. But I think for a while they actually have been one of my favorite teams to watch in the Premier League, just because of the squad they have. Like the players you already mentioned, you got Bruno G, Lewis Hall, Tonali, and Gordon as well. Like, bro, they're incredible players. Like, they know how to turn up, and they have done in the past. Obviously, big nights in the Champions League, but now I also agree in the sense that Eddie Howe has taken them as far as he probably can. I think he's done a lot with the squad that he was given. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if he was to leave soon as well, because especially if they were to lose a lot of their big players, they'd end up kind of just back in mid table, which is probably where they're going to end up finishing this season anyway. But then you see Bournemouth on the other hand, they're starting to now get a run of games like beating Arsenal, beating Newcastle. It's pretty impressive, to be honest. I think the way they're ending this season is very, very strong. I think even the way they started it, like, it was incredible when they had Semenyo and they had players like Sensei, like, just playing that centre back position so well. And yeah, I think it will be interesting to see where Bournemouth go now into next season. I think they definitely have a chance of getting maybe Conference League, a spot like that, which is actually a
Yeah.
huge competition. Like look at Palace this season; they're absolutely smashing it in the Conference League. So, yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Bournemouth.
I mean, believe it or not, they're in contention this season, obviously, and even Europa League. That's the thing. They could push higher than even what we expect. You know what I mean? So it's mad, like because I don't know whether you boys remember at one point in the season, mid-table,
Yeah.
from like third to like 14th or 15th,
Yeah.
it was like there was like 5 points in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Obviously now it's spread out. The Champions League spots look pretty much secured. The relegation battle looks pretty much secure to two teams, who we will mention in a second.
Mm.
And obviously, the other team we'll mention in a second too. So yeah, it's been such an exciting season.
Yeah.
But let's mention Spurs versus Brighton. If Scamp's still here, sorry about this, bro. 2-2. Pedro Porro and Xavi Simon. Xavi Simon scored a beautiful goal to get what they thought was a bit of a late winner, and two late equalizers in either half get Brighton a very important draw away from home, and it's really hurt Spurs. And it looked like, because they started celebrating like crazy. You remember Xavi Simons ran into the crowd and they were loving it. They're thinking, yeah, we're staying in the Prem. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Got a question, is it?
You got a question? What's the question?
Chris says the Yids are going down in capitals. Chris says Yid army are going down.
Okay.
Yep.
Yids will crash down. Chris says, forget the analysis. What do we think of Tottenham?
What do we
They're
think of
awful.
them?
They're shit, unfortunately,
What
but
do we
they
think?
are.
Tottenham shit, yeah. What do we think? What do we think of shit?
Tottenham. Simple as that.
we're not gonna carry that on.
We're not going to carry that on, but look, yeah, no, look, it's getting worse and worse for Tottenham, isn't it? It's just not ideal. It doesn't look like they can find a foot in any game, really. I mean, look, yeah, they got the late goal, but they celebrated way too early, and to be honest, got a bit of karma for
It
that.
was only 7 minutes,
Yeah,
so that is way too.
That's
early.
way too early to celebrate, and to be honest, it bit them in the ass. So, not ideal for them. Not ideal for them.
What was the other question, Mo?
Chris says respect. And what happens if Tottenham gets the Champions League?
Champions League
What
or Championship?
Championship.
I think
they have to win it surely the second they get.
No. Honestly, I think if they go down to the Championship, it's going to be. I think it'll be a very slippery slope for them. Because I don't think you understand the money that's going to be like.
I understand that, but
destroy them.
Tottenham still have a big name, and I'm
It's
sure
not-
even if in the Championship, they will be able to keep
tell you-
some of their good players, and they'll be able to buy players. Let's ask Ali, what do you think about this whole
Tottenham
potential Tottenham relegation situation? It is a mad concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Tottenham right now is just an absolute circus, man. Like, I actually think their squad is actually so weak. Like, people overestimate their players so much, but the performances they're putting out on the pitch, man, you would
Even
hate
worse.
to be a Tottenham fan. Turning up to that stadium, which cost like who flipping knows how much, and for them to be playing like they're literally in the Championship already, celebrating goals in the 77th minute, which, like you already said, that's too early. You can't be acting like you won the fucking World Cup, and you're scraping draws against Brighton. Like, come on, man. They're
That's what I'm
literally.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I actually do think the way they're playing, they're gonna go down. To be completely honest with you.
100%.
100%.
They just don't, and like we say, it's a culmination of everything. They've got injuries, they've got red cards, they've got disciplinary issues. They've had multiple managers throughout the seasons. I mean, even Roberto De Zerbi, he's a good manager. He did well at Marseille this season. He did well at Marseille last season.
Yeah,
Even he said he will stay at the club if they get relegated.
that's cap. He ain't doing that.
We'll have
I
to
know
wait
he
and
said
see.
it, but I don't see him.
We'll
doing
have to
that.
wait and see. Maybe he does stay. Maybe he doesn't. Who knows? I mean, realistically, their only hope of getting some good players and an actual good coaching is if he stays. Because I feel like he's probably the best type of manager they could get in this situation, realistically, with the position they're in, getting knocked out of the Champions League so early, in the manner that they did as well. He's the best manager they could have got in, and obviously Brighton, they're having their standard normal mid-table season, standard win,
Bang
draw,
average.
win, draw, lose, win, draw, lose, lose, win, draw. Do you know what I mean? Just standard, doing the Brighton way. Do you know what I mean? Let's get on to the next game. And this game's a bit more juicy, a bit more sentimental to me and Ali here. We won, Manchester United beat Chelsea 1-0 away from home. And let's be honest, we played absolute crap. We were absolutely awful in that game. We didn't deserve to win it, if we're honest. But the goal was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, what did you think about the goal at least? And we're going to mention a certain player that played for both sides. And yeah, you probably already know who I'm talking about.
I mean, I think when you look at the goal, literally just Bruno, man. That's all I have to say. That guy this season, actually, the whole time he's been at United, he has been carrying the whole team in a backpack and saying, yeah, look, everywhere that I go, I'm taking you, man, with me. because that assist, the ball that he put into Cunha, the finish from Cunha, fair play. But Bruno's performance that entire game, I was looking at his touch map, bro. The guy was absolutely everywhere. If I'm being so honest, I think he has to take PFA Player of the Year, and
No question.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does end up breaking that assist record. What is it, like 2 more to tie it now, and then
2 more to
3
sign, yeah.
just to break it, which is absolutely insane. It's a record which hasn't been touched since Henry. Of course, De Bruyne equaled it, but it's still yet to be broken. But that whole game, I do think we played quite poor, apart from the chance that we had, which we ended up scoring. I can't even say that we defended too well. I just think Chelsea was so bad in the attacking front that they just couldn't find the back of the net. They had a lot of chances, obviously hit the woodwork a couple of times, but yeah, it's just one of them ones. An unlucky day for them, just couldn't find the back of the net, which has actually been quite a recurring issue for them anyway, I would say.
100% agreed. They obviously had Joao Pedro, who was injured, and he's a massive player for them. You know, they've had to bring in Liam Delap, who, to be fair, if you give him a little bit of credit, he hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
So he done half of his job.
Technically he scored, but it was
Technically
offside.
scored, but not really. So yeah. Nah, listen. There is one player I do want to mention. I think we can all talk about him.
Yeah.
We won't say his name.
Subject.
Subject 49.
Object.
Subject 49 with the stinkiest performance I've actually seen from
Bro,
a Premier League player in a long time.
he literally.
You would have thought he still plays for Man United.
That's what I was gonna say. Bro, he got dragged around like a ragdoll by all the players.
Bro, no, I just want to talk about one point. You know that one moment where he's on the ball and you're thinking he's going to start a counter attack, and Casemiro just stood still and takes the ball off him. Like, what is that, bro? I'm sorry. How are you a professional footballer
Bro,
and not able to do something?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Dallo had him like it was like he was Dallo's dog that day, bro. He just got absolutely dragged around by Dallo. And that's crazy to say because Dallo usually does absolutely nothing. But you know, I'm sure you know that for that game, I think the United fans were a bit happy with him because of the way he was just handling Garnacho. But yeah, no, he was awful that game and just didn't really pose any threat whatsoever. But that's what he gets for you know, his attitude and just you know what the way he left United as well and everything like that. So yeah, I'm not surprised to be honest.
I mean, listen, there's a couple of players we can mention. Obviously, Chelsea, they should have done a lot better. But obviously, since the majority of us are United fans in this video, let's mention. I want to say the manager situation. Obviously, since we are 10 points clear of Chelsea, who are the closest team to us, it's all but confirmed we're going to get Champions League football, which is absolutely fantastic. We're back in the big game, thank God. No more Europa League music for a while. No music. We have midweek games. We're not waiting 3 weeks to play football after this international break, which bloody hell, that took ages. But yeah, so Carrick has done what he needed to do in the sense that he has helped us get Champions League football. But do you think he's done enough to secure the job for himself? And if not, who do you think we should get him other than him?
Listen, man, the way we started this season, you had Amorim. Bro, that guy was born in 1985. Then in 1986, Chernobyl happened. I'm not saying that there's any correlation, but when you look at Amorim and the way that he just has an effect on things and the world, on my life, that was probably him. But ever since Amorim left, we had Carrick come in, and the job that he's done has been absolutely incredible, to be completely honest with you. However, my biggest issue with Carrick is that he's been playing essentially one game a week. Not even that, because we've had so many breaks. We've had international breaks. We've had breaks, you know, just like FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, like so many competitions that we're not playing in. So it has made it easier for him because all these other teams are still in those competitions. And I don't think we can keep Carrick in the long run. I think he's one of those managers. He really reminds me of Ole. Like the way he plays, it's like essentially vibes. Maybe he does have tactics, but to be honest with you, I haven't really seen them. I feel like, especially when he first came in, it was just that new manager bounce, which actually just kept us going. Like the way we played against Arsenal, when we played Liverpool as well, it just felt like the atmosphere at Manchester United had completely changed. And I think if Carrick was to go at the end of the season, I would say, you know what, fair enough. Because what he's done is he steadied the ship. And the next manager that comes in whoever that is, in my opinion, I really like Unai Emery. However, he's doing such a good job at Villa. I don't think he would want to leave that. I have seen a couple things of him potentially leaving, but I don't think it would make sense for him to leave because especially if he was to win Europa League, then they got Champions League again, already basically confirmed because they're definitely going to finish in the top four. I think they had a bit
Yeah.
of a bad run like after January, but he's pulled it back to a different level where they're just smoking teams constantly now. I know the Sunderland game was close, but the way they've been playing in Europe has been absolutely incredible. I think he's a manager
Yeah,
I would love to see United.
100% agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna mention the manager. I think we actually had a comment on one of our videos. Our good friend Romy, he put a comment in basically saying it was a video about Michael Carrick and who we think or what I think will happen with him. And I was like, I'm gonna wait and see what he does from now until the end of the season. Even now, he's still got 5 games to prove potentially he has this proper style of play and can maybe keep it going for the long run, which I still highly doubt. Obviously, we've got games against Liverpool, Brighton, Brentford. I think we have another game against Forest as well. We have a couple games coming up that are very, very important. But yeah, I would say if I was to get a manager in, my dream signing, Luis Enrique, obviously, but he's going to sign a new contract, which is not ideal. Um, he would have been fantastic, and obviously, he's got that Barcelona DNA and could have brought that, Barcelona tiki taka magic, and obviously we see how good PSG are.
Yeah.
So it's quite sad that he's not able to come. But as a backup, there is news that Julian Nagelsmann, who obviously was the Bayern manager at one point, he's the manager of the German national team as we currently speak. He'll probably take them into the World Cup, but maybe after that, he's open to a move to a new challenge. He's open to those opportunities, and whether it's worth taking a punt on him or not, I think it is. He did a good job at Bayern Munich. He won the league with them. People think he did very bad, which is not true.
Yeah.
Just because you don't really do that insane in Europe. Remember, Bayern's team at that point wasn't really that insane. Obviously,
Yeah.
now it's way better than what it was.
Yeah.
I would say he did a good job. I would say it is. Listen, with the way United are, we could say any manager and he could do a bad job. I feel like at the current moment, if we have multiple different options, I feel like he is the one I would take a punt at because I feel like he's had experiences at all the young age he's had. It's not the same as Amram, who was only the sporting coach and hasn't had much experience in terms of the big level. You've had Julian Nagelsmann, who's managed a big national team, who's managed a big club. He's managed some big players, and he knows how to do that, and all at a young age as well. So that's very impressive as well. So I think maybe the next step for him is to come to this job, see how he does. But listen, I said this about Ruben Amorim. I said this about Ten Hag. I said this even about when we got like it was Jose before him, even Ralph Rangnick as well, Ollie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You got to give these managers time. So if we do get Carrick, we do get Unai Emery, we do get Julian Nagelsmann, you got to give them time. You got to back them. You got to wait and see. You can't sack them after their first summer transfer. And the reason, remember, the reason Ruben Amorim got sacked wasn't because of the football we were playing or the reason we were playing so poorly. It was because of the fact that he spoke up against the club. That's why. We were in 4th place. So, again, we could talk about Man United till the cows come home, man. But we got to move on. We have to move on to the next game. And obviously, you already mentioned it. Aston Villa versus Sunderland, 4-3 to Villa. What a game that was.
Yeah. No, Sunderland, fair play to them. You got to give them respect. Nearly got themselves back into the game and even had a chance to seal it off. Well, or at least get the lead. But, they got through on goal and he tried chipping Martinez and it just didn't go for him, unfortunately. And yeah, they'd probably be frustrated with it considering they are in a decent position in the league and they could have got Europe if they got this win, push themselves further for that. But yeah, no, Aston Villa, like Ali said as well, they've been playing really well recently, especially in Europe. They've been absolutely dominating. And a player who's rejuvenated his form, Ollie Watkins, because he has been off it for so bloody long. But fair play to him. He's finally found his form again. And yeah, he's a key player now again for Aston Villa. So fair play to him. And Morgan Rogers also got a good goal as well. So, it's good for him considering the whole shouts with him in England, and some people have been saying, maybe he's a bit overrated, but he got a goal to prove the haters wrong. So
I wouldn't say he's overrated at all. I just think system and sort of the players that Unai Emery has too. And when a team doesn't play well, of course you try to blame
The scapegoats,
every
isn't it?
scapegoats. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? The most I would say exciting player you have. If he doesn't perform, he's the reason why you don't do well.
Yeah.
Even at some points when we weren't doing bad as Man, I know we've come back to Man United. I'm so we're going to move on. But like we said about Bruno Fernandes,
Yeah.
he's been at the club for a while now. When we play bad, some of the people try to blame him for it, which is unbelievable to think. So
Yeah.
it's a kind of a comparison type of thing with Morgan Rogers, and yeah, I don't know why you would blame him for you guys not doing bad. I mean, if the whole team's playing bad, you don't blame it on one player. It's a team situation. But like you say, Unai Emery come in and made a massive difference, and he's sort of turned their season around. In terms of the one point in the season they had one of the longest
10 win
runs,
streaks or something like that.
10, 12,
Yeah.
11, something like that, win run in a row, which is unbelievable. But yeah, let's move on to the next game because again we got to move on to another game that was very important for the top four race. Liverpool beat Everton 2-1 in the Merseyside derby. Um, there was a bit of controversy behind this game in the sense that, not really, but there was a goal just before Mo Salah's goal, Iliman Ndiaye, which I'm pretty sure it was offside when it
Yeah.
happened. Mo Salah scores pretty much straight after that. They get an equalizer, and then Virgil van Dijk in the last minute of the game goes and gets a bullet header and almost secures Champions League football for Liverpool as well. And like we said, the top five looks almost secure to the teams that it's going to be. But yeah, what do we think about, I mean, the two players we mentioned that scored, what do we think of their seasons? And obviously Salah's leaving, but what do we think of Van Dijk?
I think it's quite poetic that Salah and Van Dijk both scored in that game because that game really reminded me of how Liverpool were playing at the start of the season, where they weren't actually even in the game or playing to the best of their ability. They were actually probably having quite a poor game, but they still managed to just somehow score. And at the start of the season, they had so many last minute goals, and I think it just kind of sums up their season. I think Slot, he doesn't really have a style of play. I think the title that he won last season, if we're being so honest, that was probably Klopp's title, man. He literally inherited Klopp's team, all their tactics, and just kind of ran away with the league. And now this is his first season with his own players, with his own signings, and I think he's actually kind of struggled to have the impact that he thought he would have. Especially at the start of the season, everyone was saying, "Oh, Liverpool are going to run away with the league again," especially after making all those big money signings. But yeah, man, I think you look at how a lot of those signings have been playing. I like Frimpong, I like Wirtz, I think they're both good players. But Wirtz, especially, the price tag is absolutely insane. I know people were talking about it a lot when they signed him, and I think it's still valid to talk about it because he has not been having the season of a player worth that amount of money. And then, of course, you asked me about Van Dijk. I think Van Dijk, I think he's past it, man. I think Salah knows he's past it too. That's why Salah's leaving, man. He knows that, look, I might as well leave when the time is actually right. I wouldn't be surprised if next season is probably Van Dijk's last season also. But both of them are club legends. Like, both of them are absolute icons for Liverpool. Probably some of the best players to ever play in the Prem, if I'm being totally honest with you, in their respective positions. Not the best, but they can definitely be contenders. And I think Liverpool will be very happy with that result. Probably unlucky for Everton, but that's how the game is.
That's it, bro. What do you
Perfectly
think,
summed up.
Yeah, I think you summed up the game very, very well. Yeah. What can we really mention? Just the fact that, I mean, Everton, the first Merseyside derby in the new Hill Dickinson Stadium,
Yeah.
and obviously it's a Liverpool win, so
Yeah.
not the ideal start for Everton in the Merseyside derby in their new stadium. But let's get on to another game that is involving the relegation battle.
Yes.
Forest make a comeback from halftime to win 4-1. Morgan Gibbs White gets a hat trick in the second half and helps Forest almost secure Premier League. What are we thinking?
I think so. And obviously, we're going to go on to West Ham later. But the only reason I think they're safe and I think Leeds are safe is because when you look at the fixtures that both the clubs have, West Ham have the hardest set of fixtures coming up. And I think that win's obviously massive for Forest, not only just because of the result, but the confidence they'll get from this going into the next games. And yeah, I think they'll be all right. I think Leeds will be all right. I think it will genuinely be between West Ham and Spurs, and I genuinely do think it might come down to the last game of the season. Because yeah, when I look at our fixtures, I'm pretty worried. I can't lie, because there are some very hard fixtures. But look, obviously the way we're playing. Look, I know this isn't about West Ham right now, so I'm gonna, matter of fact, let me go back to Nottingham Forest. Yeah, it was a great result for them. Morgan Gibbs White, we know how good of a player he is, and funnily enough, he was meant to go to Spurs, but
Yeah, it was.
yeah, the mafia man upstairs, managed to keep him away from Spurs. Probably not regretting it anymore. Morgan Gibbs White. Let's be honest. He's probably very happy that ended up happening, that he ended up staying.
Remember,
But
they're
yeah.
also in the Europa League semi-final,
Exactly.
and they're
So
playing Villa. So
to be
that's gonna be
fair,
a good game.
I can't lie. Forest's season could end up being a very good one for them in the end. I know they, been fighting with relegation and everything, but like you say, if they win the Europa League somehow,
Imagine they could do a Spurs of last year.
exactly.
Yeah.
So they still have they have the ability to properly rectify their season tenfold, really, if they win that trophy. So yeah, but obviously they got to play. I can't remember who they got to play, but I just know they got to. And if they get to the final, they probably have to play Villa, and that's
No,
not.
they're playing Villa in the semi-final.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, apologies, but yeah, no, that's not going to be an easy game at all.
I'll have a look at who they're gonna play in the semi-final. But obviously, Burnley, they're almost all but confirmed also to get relegated.
That's
I'm pretty sure if if West Ham get 3 points and let's say Burnley drop points, then they'll also be confirmed relegates as well. So that's kind of expected. Wolves and Burnley throughout the whole season were the two sides that really looked like they were going to get relegated from day one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad to see in that sense.
I think it's surprising that like Burnley are the only team that have come up and are probably going to go back down. Like you look at the seasons that other teams have had, like Sunderland also came up, but they're having such an incredible season, like such an underrated season, I would say. First season back in the Prem, and they're playing like they've been here so much. They're playing with so much experience, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Agreed, bro. 100%, and it's been very, very good. And yeah, in terms of the other promoted sides, and yeah, obviously not ideal for Burnley, obviously. But Leeds, especially Sunderland, I did mention, I don't know how are they above Newcastle at the moment?
Yeah, they are. I'm pretty sure they're
They
quite
are.
above them, like 3 or
Callus
6
did predict
points.
that.
I actually predicted that Sunderland will finish above Newcastle at the beginning of the season. I remember that is a crazy shout when you think about it at the beginning of the season.
No, that's crazy.
2 questions. One from Pedro.
Yeah.
Says, do we see West Ham or Man United winning a trophy before Arsenal? And Ahmed said, why are Ali and Hassan's football knowledge so bad?
Okay.
Yeah, first question.
All right. What was the first question again?
The first question was,
are we seeing West Ham or Man United win a trophy?
Forget West Ham. Let's be honest with ourselves. West Ham are not winning a trophy anytime soon. Man United.
Don't say anytime soon.
I mean,
probably not. Anyway, nonetheless.
Man United, I actually do. If Arsenal don't win a trophy this season, which it doesn't look like they're gonna, if they win the Champions League, I'll be fuming. I think Man United have a better chance of winning a trophy next season than Arsenal.
I agree.
Because I feel like we're a team that, ironically enough, we were very, very bad in the cups this season. I feel like we could go on a decent cup run if we get the squad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that Man United could definitely win a trophy before Arsenal. And to the second question, shush. Yeah, we have good ball knowledge now. We do. Well, why even have a podcast, bro? Come on, man. That's just it. Go on. One more question.
Yusuf says, how does Ali feel about West Ham United draw?
We're gonna come on to that. We have
not great, but
2 more games to go through, and this is the main game we're gonna go through. Manchester City beat Arsenal 2-1 to realistically gain an advantage in the title race. They have to play a game midweek, but this is a major statement. We mentioned it in the prediction video for this weekend. The winner of this game will likely win the Premier League. And all the momentum right now is with Manchester City, and Arsenal looks like their season's derailing as before our eyes.
Ali, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's crazy, man. I think the amount of momentum City have right now is scary. Like, they played Arsenal off the park, not only this game, but even in the Carabao Cup. And I think the Carabao Cup was kind of a warning sign to Arteta and the whole Arsenal squad, basically being like, look, this is what we can do, and this is what we are going to do. And they came into this game with that same mindset. I think Arsenal were even lucky to score one, to be honest with you. Very unfortunate for Donnarumma, unlucky mistake. You know, it happens. Goalkeepers always make mistakes. But the way that City played, so many players stood out. You know, you look at the way Cherki played, you look at the way Bernardo Silva played after announcing that, look, he's going to be leaving at the end of the season too. I think City's defense was also so on point and has been for the last 5 or 6 games. I think you look at the introduction of Mark Gay and even the way that Kusanov is now playing. I think he's so pivotal. He's so important in that City team. I really am also liking the look of Nico O'Reilly too. I think he
Yeah.
has to be on that plane
I
to go
think,
to the
yeah.
World Cup. One of the best defenders
100%.
in the league right now, attacking wise and also defending wise. I think he just provides so much. But for me, the standout player was definitely Cherki. I think that guy is just different levels, man.
He's
Like,
insane.
he
He's
plays
insane.
like them players, you know, streets won't forget type of player.
Yeah,
And I'm hoping
Cage
he's not forgotten. I'm hoping he's here to stay. I want to see him tear apart the Premier League for a couple of seasons, man.
I agree with you for him being a good player, but I hope he doesn't stay at Man City, bro. He's too good for them, man.
He is.
You know, leave,
so
go
good.
to La Liga if you want to go to United. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, no, I think you're right. He's a generational baller. Mo, you have a question in the chat?
Yusuf says, do you think Arsenal will fold under the pressure losing to Man City again? And
Yes.
do you think Arsenal will lose the league this season?
Yes, 100%.
I mean, this is kind of what we're discussing. I would say Arsenal
Yeah,
are definitely
absolute
going to fall
ball
under the
jobs.
pressure. They fell under the pressure before. It's, it's just standard.
Bro, they should
really.
just become a ball manufacturing
At
company.
one
because
point of
that's
the
all they
season,
do
I was
is just
getting
make 'em
worried because
just
they were in
bottling.
all four trophies at one point. Carabao Cup final. I'm thinking this is their first cup final since the FA Cup final. I'm thinking they surely got to win something this.
Nah, I knew it from the
just
beginning.
nah.
Look,
They just decided to ball it again.
I've
If there's
said,
any Arsenal fans,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but
I've said it so many times
Just
this
it is what it is.
season. I've said it so many times this season. I knew they were going to bottle it. I just had that feeling because Arsenal just don't have the mentality. They have the players, they might do, but some of them, sometimes its mentality is more important than your quality. Because if you can't, hold your nerve in the big games, then yeah, you don't deserve to win the league. And to be honest, like I said, Arsenal should just become a bottling company manufacturer because that's all they're doing now is just bottling it.
especially that Man
So,
City
yeah.
fan, the one with the tears.
Yeah.
Go on, Mo. You got one more question?
What would you two do if you were managers instead of Osama bin Arteta?
That's it.
Honestly, I don't know what do you even do with Arsenal. I just think it's the players, not. I don't know how you get the mentality into those kind of players, bro. Sometimes it just comes with experience, and because like pretty much there's not. Funny enough, I can't. I'm just trying to think who won.
You just got to
trophies
play a
there.
style of. Think about it, bro. As a coach,
I don't think-
as a coach myself,
But I don't think it's the style of play. I just think it's
No, it is.
mentality.
I really do think it is.
No, I think it's mentality. They
I
just
think
don't
that
have
is
it.
one reason.
I think if you put
But-
that City squad with those tactics, they still win games. But you play with Arsenal, it's just they don't have the mentality to they fold under pressure. That is a big problem.
I
That's
think
true.
it's
I agree.
If you
Go
get Messi and he has zero confidence, and I know it's Messi, but then you have like, I'm just trying to think of someone that's just a bit below his level and they got high confidence, he's going to be the better player. Confidence is a massive thing in
Ronaldo?
football. Ronaldo's, I put that
Probably
next bit
same
closer,
level,
but
yeah.
like you get what I'm saying. Like a player with confidence, it changes everything. His confidence is more important sometimes than just skill.
Go on, Ali. What were you gonna say?
Sorry, but yeah,
Nah, I just think that it's so surprising because like you can't even say Arsenal haven't been in this position before. Like they've finished second so many times now, and it's just always the end of the season. Like if you look at their results after a certain
Yeah.
point, it's just a complete deterioration. Like it's just an absolute crumble. I think Pep just has Arteta on a leash, just walking him around, probably just walking him around the City trophy cabinet, just showing him everything that Arteta.
Do you know what I
doesn't
mean?
have.
I mean, he was already there. He won some trophies at City as well.
Yeah,
People
Bro,
forget
literally.
that.
I think
I think he's an
Guardiola.
inside agent.
That's what I was gonna
Arteta.
say. I
You
think
know what I mean?
I think Guardiola built Arteta just to be an inside agent.
That's
same
it,
as
bro.
Arsenal.
I think you know what he done because Ten Hag was at United as well. He was working under Guardiola.
He's building
He's
a
building
team
his
of
own
inside
league.
agents,
He's
bro.
building his own league. He's trying to take over the other clubs, mess it up for them, and then bosh.
That's it.
That's
Honestly.
it, bro. We figured it out. We figured everything out. That's it. We figured out the Premier League. That's why they're gonna get those 115 charges. They're definitely gonna get charged them. Arsenal would love it to be this season. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen this season. That's gonna take a while before we even get the result of that. But again, that is politics.
Bro.
And we don't want to get too deep into that. but advantage Manchester City. That is the main point of it all. Yes, we're going on to the final game of the weekend. Crystal Palace vs West Ham, 0-0 draw. Obviously, we mentioned that this game did relegate Wolves, but you have gained the same result as Spurs and you're 2 points clear. Now, realistically, not the best result you could possibly receive. What did you think of West Ham's performance in this game, though?
I'll try to sum it up as quick as I can because we've got a lot to get through anyway still with the video. Yeah, first half we were really good. Fair enough. I mean, Crystal Palace, to be fair, did have their strong team out in the first half, so I'm not surprised that we played better than them. We created chances, but we just didn't take them, and it's on us. If we do get relegated, this is going to be a big game in that context. Because like I said, we had a lot of chances. Unfortunately, in the final third, we just didn't do enough. We didn't put away our chances, and we're probably going to live to regret that. Yeah, some players, they didn't really turn up, unfortunately, in terms of in that final third. I mean, look, one player I do want to talk about kind of is Pablo. Obviously, he's a young player and everything, but I just don't think he is the right player at the moment. We just need someone a bit better than him. But obviously, we just got to make do with what we got.
I'll mention something. I think he's improved a bit since he's
Of
come
course,
in.
but again, I just don't. You could tell that he's young. Okay, you give him the credit for that, but sometimes on the ball, he's just not good enough, unfortunately.
Sometimes it
But
just takes
another player,
confidence.
Suchek, who I do love, and I think he is a good player. But at the moment, with the formation that we play, I just think maybe he'd be better off as an impact sub instead of starting games, just because I don't think he offers enough creatively. I think he's a bit too safe sometimes in the midfield, which is why I think would be better as a sub right now. And I think we could do with someone a bit more creative in the midfield. Obviously, we've got Mateus Fernandes, who's on another level, and let's be honest, he'll probably leave West Ham at the end of the season. But yeah, no, he's a great player. But yeah, look, it's a very frustrating result because if we win, it puts us in such a comfortable position. But at the end of the day, it was on us. We didn't take our chances. And yeah, I mean, we nearly lost that game because Palace did technically get a goal, but it was a handball, so it got disallowed. But yeah.
Yeah, let's mention Palace a little bit. This is because they were losing games straight after the Conference League games. Obviously, now they're in the Conference League semi-final. They're playing Shakhtar, which is obviously a very big game for them. They've got a lot left for their season. They can gain Europe again. They can win another trophy, which is insane to think about because they hadn't won a trophy at the end of last season. They've already won 2. They could add a third on, which is absolutely insane to think. So, fair play to Palace. And realistically, what looked like a terrible season at the midway point, we said since they're in Europe, if they just secure Premier League football for next season and do well in the Conference League and win it, it's a win-win for them. Do you know what I mean? They gain the money from being in Europe, and they also stay in the Premier League without having to do too much in that sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is it really. Do you want to add anything else to it, Ali, or do you think?
I would probably say that today's game was very, very interesting, in a sense of, I think it was a must-win for West Ham, but like Ali already said, they just lack that creative spark. I feel like they don't really have a risk taker. Like you look at other teams in the relegation battle, like Forest, for example. I would love to be in that Forest dressing room right now because their confidence is so, so high. Like coming off the back of those Europa League results, and then even Gibbs White hat trick over the weekend, like that's incredible, man. Like they are really looking like they want to stay up. Whereas you compare it to how West Ham are playing and the way that your players are just looking, even the way that I feel like on the ball, just not enough creativity, not enough risk taking. You have to stay in the league. You have to be making those big decisions.
I get what you're saying. I do think we like the players are doing, like, obviously we've got the 4-0 win against Wolves. I do think we have a bit of momentum, but I do think this game would have like set back that momentum a little bit, which is a bit unfortunate, especially considering the fixtures that we have coming up. We really do need to get some, points to stay clear and be comfortable. But the fixtures that we have are very, very difficult, so it's not going to be easy. And so hopefully we stay in the league, but it's gonna probably come down to the last day, I think.
Agreed. Yeah. Very, very exciting end looking towards the end of the season for at least the title race, and as we look at the relegation battle too. Top five, sorry, looks almost secured. There's still a bit more to go with the other European spots. But that is it for this weekend. There are 3 games that are technically a part of the same match week. So do you guys want to give predictions for that?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, so we'll go into
Just
the
quick
Brighton and Chelsea game. By the way, Ali, I don't know whether you've seen the segment part. What we do, we just give our prediction. So just give a score prediction for the game and what you think is going to happen. So obviously Brighton, Chelsea. Ali, what do you think is going to be?
I feel like Chelsea need a win, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were to take it. I know they're away, but I would probably predict Chelsea 2-1.
Okay.
I'm saying, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go a bit bold here. I'm gonna go 2-0 Brighton.
2-0 Brighton. It's a hard one, because Brighton, getting good results here and there, and they are known for being that team that's a bit inconsistent. I mean, they beat Burnley, they lost to Arsenal, do you know what? They've actually been in quite decent form. I mean, of late they've only lost to Arsenal, so you know what? I'll go with the 2-1 win for Brighton. Let's say that. Bournemouth vs Leeds is an interesting game. What do you think, Ali?
I can see that probably going Bournemouth's way. I know Leeds have been playing well, but I think right now Bournemouth are just way better than them. I can see Leeds scoring, so I'd probably say maybe 3-1 Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What do you think, Ali?
I'm going to go the same with that. I think a 3-1 Bournemouth.
Ooh, I'm going to say 3-2. I want it to be a bit more of an interesting game, so I don't want to go with the same result as well. It'll be a bit boring. And finally, onto the game that will bring Manchester City level if they win. Realistically, do you think they're going to win?
I mean, they definitely should. The way that they've been playing recently, you would expect them to win. I feel like it's the Prem, man. Like, anything really can happen. I do, for some reason, think that Arsenal will still take the league. As much as I don't want to say that, and no one wants to see that happen, I feel like, it has to be their season at one point or another. They've come second so many times. I can see City drawing this game. I would probably say 1-1. Hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe
Controversial.
City absolutely batter them, win 6-0, but who knows?
Yeah, I think
I was gonna go.
It could go either way.
I'm thinking 3-0 though, Man City. To be honest.
Fair enough. Now you go for the standard result. I'd probably agree. I'd say I don't want to say 4-1 because they're not
it
at
makes
home.
sense.
I might say 3-1. But honestly, you're right. There is still plenty of time left in the season. So honestly, you don't know. But obviously, you know Man City, that when they smell blood, they don't give up the opportunity.
100%.
But football is a crazy game, and sometimes what we expect to happen isn't what actually happens. So, that is it for the predictions and reaction side of things. Now, we're going to get on to the actual match attack side of things. So let me explain how this works. So basically, as you can see, pack of match attacks. I'm going to open the pack up. I'm going to pick out 3 cards, but I'm going to need Ali and Ali to both close their eyes while I pick those cards out. And then one at a time, we're going to do the first card. I'm going to show the screen who it is while you guys close your eyes as well. And then you guys have 5 questions each, or 10 questions between you both, to try and figure out who the player is. Okay. It could be an icon player, a player that has played in the past. It could be a player from now. But obviously, this match attack set includes players that are in Europe. So Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League, from any world league. So it's going to be a bit of a difficult one in that sense. So let's jump into that. So can you guys please close your eyes? All right, this might take a little bit of time. I should have probably prepared the pack open beforehand. So let's have a look. So I'm not going to go through all of the cards. I'm just going to go through the ones I think are the best. Okay. 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 I think these 3 players are the best in the pack. And if you just give me 1 second, I'm going to pick the first player. I'll make it the relatively easy one, I would say. Let me just show the screen. That is who it's going to be. just let you guys know that is who it is. And let me show the live stream just before we end it. That is the player we're going to be doing. Obviously, can't mention who it is. When you guys are ready, you guys can open your eyes.
All right.
So you have 10 questions, and obviously try and guess who the player is. So be smart with how you ask it. You know, you guys know how to do this. I'm sure you know how to do this.
Ali, you can go first because you're the guest.
This is difficult, man. Like any player.
Any player. But okay, I'll be nice. It's a current player.
Okay. I'm just gonna start. Was this player playing in the Champions League this season?
He was.
Okay. Does he play in the top 5 leagues?
He does.
Okay. I don't know if that was a great question, but
That's a decent question. What do you think, Ali?
Is your player European?
He is.
right. Does he play in the Prem?
No.
Ooh.
Has your player ever won a Champions League before?
He has.
Oh.
He has won the Champions League. So that's just the question that Ali's asking. We have to repeat that because obviously you're in our headphones. So he's asked, has he won the Champions League? And he has won the Champions League.
Does he play in the French league?
He does not.
Oh, bro,
You're having stinky questions, Ali. So you have 4 questions to go. So you got to be smart with this. Remember, you got to ask things like position, nation.
Yeah.
Those are all things that are very, very important.
Okay, is he a winger?
No, he's not.
You have to think about it though.
Has he won the Champions League in the last 3 years?
No.
Ooh. I wish I asked that earlier.
So you got 2 questions left. And then you both get a guess each depending on how confident you are.
Are they a defender?
Ooh, not all the time.
Not all the time. Oh,
I'm gonna say no, but
okay.
that was a hint, I would say.
I think I know who it is, man.
Okay,
Do
there
you?
is one question left.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to think. Who could...
I think it's Ali's question.
See what you can do. Yeah.
I might scuff this one. I can't lie. Does he play for Bayern Munich?
He does.
Oh, but we just settled, bro. We've just zoned
You
in.
set
on
yourself
that,
up for a potential good
Oh my
guess.
god, Ali, you go for it, bro.
Is it Kimmich?
It is
Oh,
Joshua
let's
Kimmich.
go.
Okay, you can pull the
Nice.
card
That's
out.
what I was thinking, bro. I was thinking the exact
That
same
is-
thing.
that
bro.
is the
At
card
first,
there.
when you
Let's see.
said he can play as a defender, I was thinking Valverde.
There you go.
I
Show
was
that-
thinking
show that
Reece
to the-
Reece James, you know.
But then you said that
'Cause-
he plays for
yeah.
Bayern, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So you clutched up with
Yeah,
the
I felt
last
like
2
that was a
questions, I'll be
very,
honest
very
with
good
you.
question.
And that is what the card looks like.
Ooh, that's a nice
a
question.
nice card.
That's a
That
nice
is a
card.
clean
So-
card.
All right.
That is the first card. Let's go on to the next one.
This
If
is
you
gonna
guys
be
are ready,
difficult,
please close
man.
your eyes.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, this one won't be as difficult, but I'll make sure the last one is very difficult. So that should be very fun. Let me pull out that card. Just 2 seconds. This is the next player. Just that is. And you may open your eyes.
Okay.
You
Ali,
can start
again,
this
you can
time.
go first. Are you sure?
And again,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
Alright,
a current
okay.
player.
It's a current player.
Yep.
I don't want to use this off league. Does do they play in the Premier League?
They don't. Damn it. Next one.
Is the player Spanish?
He's not.
Okay. Does he play in the French league?
He does not.
Oh my god.
Are they from Europe?
They are.
Okay.
Okay. Are they English?
They're not.
Oh,
I would not go for such broad, like you should go for like bigger questions, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I would say like try and kill 2 birds, 1 stone, do you know what I mean? Because it is
Right.
a lot of players.
Okay.
That's just me being nice to you guys right now.
Okay. Is it a midfielder?
No.
Oh damn, man.
Is it an attacker?
No. That's 7 questions gone. You have 3
Bro,
left.
what?
We're gonna have to clutch up here.
So not. They play in the Bundesliga then again.
They don't.
Nah, no
Okay,
way.
not French league, not Premier League, not the Bundesliga, just
Okay.
La Liga.
Also not
and what's the
Spanish
other one?
though.
Yeah, not Spanish, so it's La Liga. So it could be the Italian.
Nah, that's
Are
a
they-
washed league.
Are they in the Serie A?
They are.
No
Oh,
way.
okay.
You have one question left, and then a guess each.
Right, it's not a midfielder or an attacker, and they're from the
Bro,
Serie
it
A.
should be like McTominay or something, man.
He's a midfielder, can't be him.
Oh yeah, okay, you're actually right. My bad.
No.
So think about all the questions you asked. I'll give you the positions you asked. Obviously, you guys know it's a Serie A player. It's not an attacker, and it's not a midfielder.
That's crazy,
He's from the Serie A.
And it's a current player.
bro. It could be someone.
Ooh.
It's bare random. It could be a goalkeeper.
That's what. Yeah.
You got one more
You got a
question,
question, you
remember?
got a question.
I don't even know what to ask though.
Go for it, man. Just go for it.
Have they won a Champions League?
They have not.
Okay. Now we got to guess.
So
Oof.
now
Mm,
it's the guessing
so-
game. I'll
Think-
give
Are they a
you.
goalkeeper or
Think
a-
about.
Do you guys want a bit of time to think about it?
I'm just
Can we
saying,
discuss?
By the way, he asked if he won the Champions League. You guys can discuss, but I'll give you 30 seconds to discuss.
Bro, I'm thinking it could be like a DeMarco or
like
a
Di Lorenzo or
Bastoni,
someone.
something like that as
Bare
well.
random though.
Damn.
Like surely you wouldn't set us up like that, would you?
Bro, I'm a shoot a shot here. I'm
Go
gonna
on.
go. Is it Bastoni?
Yeah, it is.
No
Oh!
way.
You banged
My
it, yeah.
dog, come on.
I had a feeling.
Nice man.
Oh, look at that, bro. That's a
Alessandro-
clutch. That's a clutch and a half
Alessandro
right there.
Bastoni.
Nah, fair
Two
enough.
clutches right there, bro. That's crazy. Can't believe
Alessandro Bastoni. That is a very, very good. You pulled a rabbit out the hat right there.
Bro, I can't believe
lie.
we got that. We got fair play. We got that.
That was very,
Nice,
very
man.
good. I was a bit nice because I kept on reminding you this guy's not.
To be
an
fair, it's a
attacker or
good thing that we
midfielder.
did. Yeah, when you said he wasn't Spanish, like when you
But
asked the Spanish question.
this last one, I think you need to have very good ball knowledge to know this.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right.
Right.
So, close your eyes, and this is the final player of this video. Show that. There we are. Okay, just 2 seconds. You guys may look.
Is it
Ali,
still like
go
current
again.
players?
First.
That's not a question. I'll mention that at the beginning. Yeah, it is a current player.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Has this player are they playing in the Champions League this season?
Yes.
Okay.
The way he hesitated there, I feel like this.
No, I had to think about it.
But that's my point. I feel like it might not be a top 5
Yeah,
league
it could be like
because he hesitated.
Yeah,
Because if it was a top 5 league, I feel like he would have known that team being in the Champions
yeah,
League. Do they play in the top 5 league?
They do.
they do.
It's 2 questions.
They
Yes,
do.
They do.
Right.
Okay. Are they European?
They are European, yes.
Do they play in La Liga?
They do not play in La Liga.
Is it
Don't
from
worry, you've clutched up the last 2 times.
German league?
No, it's not from the German league.
Is it from the French league this time?
It is not from the French league, no.
Oh.
So you got 4 questions left, lads.
So it's either La Liga or Premier League.
Are they an attacker?
They are.
European.
Remember, this is going to be a hard one, so just be careful.
Oh no, because he hesitated on that first question. I don't think they've won the Champions League. So I'm thinking, do they play in La Liga? Wait, did I ask that?
I think you
before?
already asked.
Oh,
that,
sorry.
yeah.
Do they play in the Premier League?
They do not.
Wait, we didn't. We said the French League, Premier League.
And I
Isn't
said
it Serie A
German
again?
league too.
You said German league, yeah.
It's
I said
Italian
Premier
league.
League, German League, French League, La Liga. Well,
So he's
it's the
Italian.
Italian League.
Is that a question?
No. I'm I know he's in the Italian league. Man.
Okay.
Okay.
He said we had to have real ball knowledge for this, you know.
Striker in the Italian league. Well, not striker, but forward in the Italian league. Whose question is
forward
it?
in
Is
the
it my
Italian
question now?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many do we have left? 2 questions.
2 questions.
Oh, damn, man.
I think we can get this, but it might be hard.
I think you can get this, but again,
When I said it's a forward, does that include like wingers and shit too?
is that a question?
Nah, it was
Yeah, it does.
Forwards,
It
basically,
does.
it's not just strikers.
Yeah.
I'll be
It's-
nice.
it's
It
wingers and
includes
strikers.
wingers.
Okay, I'm
and
asking, is it a
strikers.
striker then?
It's not a striker.
Got ball knowledge for this. Does he play? No. Wait, which teams have been in the Champions League this season from Serie A? There was Inter, there's Napoli, Juventus, I believe. I think
Were
those
they?
are the only 3. I swear Juventus were in the Champions League.
Maybe. They're awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Do they play for Juventus?
No.
Shit.
That's all.
So now you're down to you've lost all your questions,
I honestly think he plays for Napoli then.
and now it's about your guesses.
What AC
So,
Milan
ball
in the
knowledge.
Champions League?
Do you want to have a look? I'll be nice to you guys, and
they were in the
It could
Champions
be
League.
Rafael Leao then, but like
let's have a look at which Serie A clubs are in the Champions League.
Ball knowledge. You need ball knowledge for this.
yeah, that means it's
You know what? Why am I being nice? Nah. I'm not gonna be nice to you, lot. Why am I being nice?
Gotta have ball knowledge for this.
Come on, you guessed the last 2. I'm not gonna help you with the last one.
Right wing.
Okay, 30 seconds. We'll start now. I'll give you a little bit more time as well. So discuss it.
Bro. All right. So you got AC Milan. You got Napoli. You got Inter. Who could he possibly? But you need to have ball knowledge. I'm gonna take out Inter out of that if that's the case. I don't think you need ball knowledge for the Inter attackers. I'm just
Or for
trying
some
10,
reason, I think it's Rafael
9,
Leao, but like I don't
8,
know.
I
7,
just don't feel like that
6,
would be one Haas would go
5,
for and say you need
4,
ball knowledge to get.
Yeah, I know what
3,
you mean.
2, 1. Your time's up. Now you both have to guess who the player is.
You know,
I'll
I don't
give
even
you
know
10
who plays.
seconds to guess each.
Bro, I don't even know
Who wants to go
plays.
first?
Ali can go
I'll
first.
just say
really.
Rafael
Yes.
Leao.
It's not Rafael Leao. It's all on you, Al. You got 10 seconds. 10,
Napoli or AC
9,
Milan.
8, 7,
Bro, I don't even know who
6,
plays for them, bro.
5, 4,
Is this
3,
Zielinski?
2. It's not Zielinski.
Ah, man.
Was it Barella?
Ah,
It was not Barella, no.
he's more in midfield to be fair. Who
You're
is
gonna.
it?
I don't think you'll be kicking yourself because it's quite a hard one. I'll show you who he plays for.
It was Napoli. Oh, I knew I should have asked.
It was a
does he play
Napoli
for
player.
Yo, don't.
It was Noah Lang.
Noah Lang,
No
bro.
way,
Oh,
man. That's
I
rude.
would never get in that, bro.
You
That
get
was
me?
never
I told you it was.
getting
I told you it was a hard one.
That was a good one though. I can't lie.
You see, you got 2 decently easy ones, and I put you up for the
Yeah,
last
fair
one. So,
enough.
Nah, I don't think I was ever gonna get
Nah,
Noah Lang.
never.
To be fair.
so what did the TikTok live think about it? Were they getting involved or no? They weren't getting involved. No.
It just says Rip Maninga.
Who?
Nah, okay, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Let's go on with ending the video. Is it?
So that is it for the video. I hope you guys like that new concept. Ali, what did you think of it? Do you think it's something that should be reoccurring?
Of course, man. It's something interactive, gets everyone involved. Why not, man? Keep stuff like that
Yeah.
coming. 100%.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
We're hopefully going to be doing a lot more by popular demand and even your recommendation. We'll be doing Football Imposter as well, which is also a very fun game too. So hopefully we'll have more games coming through and hopefully you guys can get involved in those. But that is it for the video. We won't be having a quiz at the end of the video. So thank you guys for jumping in. Really appreciate your time. Obviously, we'll have Ali have his last say. Al, do you have anything you want to mention before we end the video?
Yeah, keep watching the final third, man.
Come on,
Big
bro.
up.
Appreciate
Big
you.
up,
And
big
also,
up, man.
get on to watching OK Ali as well. His
Yes.
content is hilarious. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. You do daily videos of it, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
yeah.
right? Hilarious videos. I'm sure you
100%.
you guys won't get bored of it. So 100% drop him a follow. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next one. Please leave a like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell to get notified when we upload videos. And we will see you on the next one. Take care, guys.
Take care.